Hello to all of our beautiful listeners. What is how do we greet welcome in Hindi?
I think it's Namaste, if I'm not
Namaste.
mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Namaste.
is
Or
that where the
thank
word
you.
is that where the word comes from?
Namaste. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Although, technically, the movie that we just watched is not in Hindi. It's in Telugu, a different
Right,
language.
right.
Yeah.
So let's be we do our best to be culturally appropriate now, because I am a really mentally challenged potato, so I might have to have Google here, a Google potato to help me out. That runs on the latest Android Potato 50.0. So let's hear it on how you say hello in Telugu.
I have no idea, man. Have to call Google Translate.
Oh, what is that again?
Telugu, I think.
They literally just say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess so. Yes. They just literally say hello. Okay, right. So hello to our if you're from India or
Hello.
if from Telugu, hello to you. That's all I can say. I'm not fluent with this language at all. So if you guys know how to say hello in the proper way in Telugu, then just let us know, because we're doing our best every day to reach out to all the little the little guys in Asia, especially. Well, not this particular movie, because this particular movie has like a pretty big budget, but I think it's relatively not very well known in terms of mainstream. Is that right, Billy?
Sure, it's well known in mainstream.
Oh,
And
really?
finally, I have the chance. Yeah, at least from my understanding. I might be wrong. But
Well,
yeah, this movie is pretty great. So the movie that we're talking about today is RRR.
I
I have no
think I
idea.
think I think I think there I guess I was watching the film, and I think it does actually it represents like some specific words. I think one of them is respect or roar or something. I forgot.
So it's Rise, Roar,
Rise,
Revolt.
rise, roar, revolt. Yes, that's
Yeah,
the that's the actual title of the movie name. But I think the reason why they name it RR is just to make it easier to like pass it around to people.
that's the actual international name. I think the actual meaning is different. It's just that they actually have to change the meaning in English just to match the acronym.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't quite
oh,
understand what it actually stands for in Telugu. Who
oh,
knows?
you're
Who
right, you're right.
knows?
You're right. Who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows? Who knows?
but it's still a damn good movie.
I do actually have like an Indian friend who's like a really big movie buff as well. I might probably ask him to do a bit of insight on like what's the little bit of the background of this movie, but that's for later. So yes, our this movie came out in 2022, actually last year.
Very recent.
Yeah, very recent. I think I read somewhere that they filmed since 2018, if I'm mistaken. Like I think is it
Yeah, 2018.
they started production. I think they started filming. Yeah, because wow, they have so many sets. As in they have a lot of because usually when you see Hollywood, right, like you see like those Avengers kind of movies, except maybe Infinity War and Endgame, where it's where they throw all the money in.
Yeah,
When you compare it to like Iron Man, or like the Captain America, Thor movies, there's like some big spectacle stuff happening, like maybe two or three times in the whole film. But this is yeah, you need to keep in mind, because this runs for 3 hours long. So there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those spectacles in
that
this
means
film.
every 30 minutes.
Yes, yes. And the thing is that you in theory it shouldn't work, right? You have like all these spectacles like happening every 30 minutes. Your brain, okay, maybe if you were to compare to a Michael Bay film, which actually that does happen. You do see fightings every 30 minutes, but In this film,
And
it's different.
explosions.
Yes, but the thing in the Michael Bay film, you get tired, you get fatigue, you want to get out of the cinema, right, as soon as possible. Actually, you might even get out of the cinema even before the movie ends anyway, which I actually did. Here, I think maybe it's because it's on Netflix, I can take a break, maybe, but I did notice that I almost never pause the movie. I maybe might pause it just once because I want to, boop, boop. Yeah, so
Yeah, me too, man. I had to take a break because
Yeah.
the movie's damn long. But damn, what a ride!
what a freaking ride. Whew.
Yeah. Actually, now you mentioned about fatigue and getting tired with Michael Bay film. I think it's just because of the characters. Because let's be real, Michael Bay is. I have no idea who wrote for him, right, in his movies. But generally speaking, the characters are unlikable, right?
Probably
And
some
it's
some
weird.
probably some underpaid intern who are just trying to get into the movie industry. He's like, hey, I want to get experience. Yeah, sure, kid, just come into my
No
movie.
way. I mean, I have no idea how it works, but like, let's be real. A lot of his films have the same character archetype where they're just like mumbling random nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like some random joke that I like sexual joke that doesn't relate to the movie one way or another. Like that should be there. And then here, actually, you realize you'll like the character so much. And here's the thing, right?
Oh,
Let's
so
be real.
good, man. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
So I'm actually, the thing is here, like the most impressive thing is in this film, right? Because I know that Bollywood, or actually in this case Tollywood, actually it's a Tollywood film because it's from
Right.
yeah. The thing is this: they have a big reputation of making things so big and ridiculous. And yes, this movie is that, but the one that I didn't expect is the writing is actually fucking good. That's the one thing I am like, wow.
I was so invested, actually.
They can't actually write. They can't actually be on par with those those talentless hacks in Hollywood that makes 2 or 3 superhero movies every freaking year. They're actually on no, I would say probably even better than those, because yeah, the thing is, every character, right, in this film, you do not think that they're fillers. Maybe like, I guess the painter. Honestly, the painter, I think you could probably.
What's the painter? Oh, the guy who got tortured at the end, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, as well, he's kind of a plot device, so you kind of need him. But at the same
Yeah,
time,
plot
I
device.
think you can, maybe, give him just a little bit more, like personal, like a more like a more investing personal conflict between that guy and what's his name again?
Ram and
Ram. Yes.
Team? Or
yes. No. Because
their fake name, right? Raju and Akhtar.
yeah. Because Ram is trying to actually try to find like this guy, right?
Who tried to
who's been
kill the governor.
yeah who's he's trying to kill the government. So he's on the hunt. He's basically becoming like the government's like assassin.
Yeah.
And then so this guy, like the painter, like later on we learned that in the film, like he's actually the rebellion leader's brother, basically. Like, okay, interesting. But I think, I don't know, the way they
yeah, like they recontextualize it as a rebellion, right? But honestly, they're there just for a very simple reason, just to retrieve back the lost girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's literally Star Wars.
The Obi-Wan.
Except what is this except Anakin Skywalker has a very good redemption arc, and Luke Skywalker is like this really muscular buff dude.
Doesn't give a shit. Oh man.
Imagine Luke Skywalker. The first few minutes that we look at him is him fighting a tiger.
Wrestling the Wampa.
yeah, that one too. Could you imagine how would that resonate with like Western audiences? They'd be like, what is this?
Okay, I mean like
Am I watching a Tarantino film?
wrestle the Wampa and then also have a long ass fight with Vader and
Yes,
no,
yes.
honestly, probably the story beat is going to be the same because it has that element of betrayal. I mean, remember when Vader revealed that he's Luke's father, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
Luke feel betrayed. Honestly,
Yeah.
probably this movie will pull off the same story beat, maybe executed slightly differently.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, yes.
yeah, dude,
Mhm.
dude, like, I shit you not, man. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's not enough bromance film in today's age. That's why
Oh,
this
okay.
feels special,
Oh
don't you
yeah,
think?
yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're
Yeah,
right.
because
Yes.
remember when Ram and Beam first met, right?
Mm.
They're there's this accident with the train, and
Mm.
then
Oh yeah,
there's this
yeah,
boy
yeah.
who got trapped, and then like Beam was panicking, who has a boat and something, and then like he saw Ram, and then they just starts speaking with hand signs, like,
Oh yeah,
what
that
the
one.
heck? And then they actually managed to pull off a very complicated plan just purely by hand sign.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's so cool though. I remember, so they were speaking with hand signs purely, right,
Yeah.
from across the distance, and then they managed to pull off a very complicated plan. And for some bloody reason, right, after they dived into the water, the first thing they did is that they actually walked underwater and then did a hand clap, just clasping each other's hands, like, ah, so much bro power. And then you have a montage, a freaking montage, just to show how the relationship blossomed into this like wholesome friendship.
Mm, mm, mm.
And
Oh
then
yeah, 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 yeah.
all the weird shit.
I actually really adore the little subplot of like, oh hey, what's this guy name? Beam?
Yeah, Beam. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beam and Rob. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Beam, you into that white chick? You're like, yeah, but I'm so scared to talk with her. So, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll be a wingman. Okay, sure. And then
Oh, dude, yeah,
yeah.
that's all wholesome. And then like, he picked up a bunch of nails and popped her
Oh
tire.
yeah, oh yeah. It's
Honestly, the
like
joke really lands.
I like I like the way Tollywood does action movies. I was expecting like the car to like flip or something. So like, but like Vim would just so the white lady would just like spring out of her seat, and then Vim would just
Catch her
like about to
midair.
catch her, and then just like land. So she perfectly lands on his arm, and they're like, oh no.
Yeah, I beat.
I think the way that why I think it works because they know when to have that, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
they're able to know when to time, like, okay, hey, okay, this is the time where the audience may start to get a bit like, yeah, not as invested. Okay, so now we're gonna do like a dance, a dance scene. Yeah.
oh, the dance. I love
Or
this dance scene.
yes, a dance scene or a shootout scene or like whatever. Like every 30 minutes. I think that's such a very pretty good formula, honestly. And I
Yeah,
think it works really well.
and you're invested in all of the characters, right? By this
Yeah.
point, yeah,
Yes.
because
Yes.
they're like they have their own goals. Like they're charming in their own ways. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I noticed in the dance scene, right? Um,
Yeah.
because the thing is, usually with Indian dance scene is that there's a lot of camera cut, so jump cut here, they move
Yep.
location there and there, right?
Yep.
But for some reason, right, if you notice, Ram and Beam tries to talk to that English prick, right, Jake,
Yeah.
and then he, for some reason, even though they were talking to him momentarily ago, he seemed surprised when they came from new position. So I'm just wondering, did they actually teleport during the dance number and surprise every other character?
I actually did not notice that. Is that the scene where they're basically dancing like duo?
No, not at the end, but yeah, they
No,
were
no, no,
then.
no, 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 no,
All of them
no,
were
no, no,
dancing.
no, not idea. I'm talking about the one in the middle, the one that
Yeah,
where they're
exactly.
invited to like this big party.
Exactly, to the party. Yeah, and
Yes.
then like there's this English guy who tried to show off his clothes.
Yeah,
Remember?
yes.
Yeah, and then like when they show off, what's it called? Dosa Nati, I think.
I think so.
That's a Nati. Yeah, and I noticed that like it's as if the other character treating them as if they're teleporting around. I don't know. That's my interpretation. But that's such a good and wholesome scene that it goes to show, like the depth of their bond. And at the
Mm.
end, like, man, Ram is such a wingman because they're probably evenly matched, right? but then he actually lose on purpose, just so Beam managed to win Jenny's heart. When he actually did that, right, I actually legit clapped like, oh, what a wingman! I wish I have that kind of wingman.
Sorry I'm not that kind of wingman, but you know.
Nah, it's alright. I'm already
yeah.
taken.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Maybe
Maybe in another timeline. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway,
but
yeah.
oh, so good, so good. Rob's introductory scene. Remember that whole action sequence where he had to capture this one guy in the middle of a freaking riot?
Yeah.
Holy shit! That's awesome.
that one I was thinking like, did they watch the Terminator and then they're thinking, hey, we can do that, right? Yeah, let's do it.
What? Hang on, the Terminator.
So
what scene are you talking about?
So the reason why I was referring to that is because how the fuck can this one guy can withstand all that beatings and all that you know, because he's being pulled as well, you know, by like a lot of people, and then he's just still able to
sticks, punch,
exactly
kick,
he's still able to go like, wait, what the fuck? No, because I was thinking like, I was thinking, is this guy a robot? Like actually a robot that the fucking like British government like built in like secretly or something? And then I have to think about it again. Like, hang on a second. I'm using my Western Hollywood brain, and that has to be somewhat grounded. And I'm thinking, okay. Oh yes, this is Tollywood. I need to get that shit out of the way and just say, okay, so this guy can actually do that, and I just have to, you know, just buy it anyway. Yeah, just buy that this guy is able to withstand all that fucking crazy shit going on. Just to get one guy.
Yeah, but man, like, although he's not completely dumb, it's not like he completely overpowered them. He actually had to use his brain too. Remember when he used the tower?
Oh yes,
so he can jump to the right position, and then he used his empowerment to the best of.
Oh yeah.
Effect. So remember, like, yeah, he was like handled by dozens of people, and then instead of like punching his way, he just simply pushed them
and then towards a cliff where there's like a lot of bumpy rocks, and then some. I'm pretty sure some people died there because some of them may actually break their spine or something.
Dude, man, props for the stunt people.
Oh yeah. Oof.
Oh, they took a lot.
Actually, if you think about it, right? If you think about it, like making movies like this is fucking tiring.
Oh, absolutely! In the middle of scorching heat.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that they actually film outside. Like they actually film in like outdoor, in maybe not like on location, but they're pretty sure they will set, but it's still outside because you can tell that, you know, because you can tell if it's done in a soundstage somewhere in Hollywood, right, or if it's done actually outside, where you can tell that. Yeah, they look like they're actually, you know, maybe like one of the actors there actually is in the process of dying from a heat stroke. It's actually very possible.
Oh, you know, actually now we're talking about location. I noticed that a lot of the location they're using CGI to make it look bigger, which is fine as it is, right?
Yeah, but it's still like they still need to, you know, it's still very good that they
they're
definitely outside, and so I think that's also the reason why that it's actually more, you know, you can buy it much more convincingly compared to, oh, okay, everybody, let's get everybody into a sound stage, and then okay, Gal Gadot, Mr. Ben Affleck, Ezra Miller, even though I know you're gonna be in prison in a few months, and Jason Momoa, stand in this line, and we're just gonna have like this camera, you know, just like stand where you are, and we're just gonna make everything look like you're actually in Chicago or somewhere, even though you're technically not. You know, you can tell, like, even though like they try their best to like make it as convincing, but you can still tell that this is not, you know, in a real location somewhere. If that makes sense.
Although arguably, right, that's not exactly true, because I think I read it somewhere. They actually shot in Ukraine.
Oh.
Some of the scenes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course.
But then
that probably
again, I
happened
don't.
before
The
in
things
war.
that not all the locations, not all
Oh
the
yeah, absolutely,
locations
absolutely.
are convincing, especially like, yeah. Don't use your physics brain to watch this movie and then think, hey, bullets don't work like that. Hey, arrows don't work like that. Hey, you know,
Okay,
man don't work like that.
but I want to touch again on the aspect of CGI of this movie, right? So here's the thing: the CGI looks great, not amazing per se, but
Mm.
maybe because we watch too many Hollywood film with better CGI. But then I think maybe that's the point, right? Maybe they try to play to that charm.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
probably
think they're
definitely good
trying
in this movie.
to. No,
Yeah.
I think it's you know, I have a thought about like last night. I was thinking, I have a feeling, right? I think one of the few people who can actually adapt anime is India. I'm not kidding you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
I'm not
highly
kidding
agree.
you.
I agree with you because they can pull all over the top shit like that,
Yeah.
but makes it actually enjoyable.
Mm.
Yeah, rather than like, oh, why it feels like out of place or cringe.
Cause
Well, actually,
yeah.
arguably, right? I've seen some other Indian films. Maybe I haven't seen a lot, but some of them are a bit cringy, but some of them are awesome. This is definitely one of the most awesome Indian films ever. Yeah, like whenever they go over the top, which in a way, actually, even though they go all that crazy shit at the start, it's nothing compared to the final fight scenes.
Um, I mean, they're all crazy. Honestly
Yeah, they're
speaking,
all
they're all
crazy.
crazy. Maybe except there's one backstory. You know, the flashback scene where little Ram,
Little Ram, yeah.
little Ram is basically trying to help his dad to shoot all these British soldiers, and oh man, that is that is mwah, that is just mwah, chef's kiss because there's this quote that actually gets basically repeated throughout the film after that particular scene, which is what is
Yeah.
it called? Load.
Load,
Yep.
aim,
Aim and shoot.
shoot. Yeah.
Load, aim and shoot. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Honestly, here,
So
yeah.
that particular quote gets used there, and then I think somewhere around the and almost the end of the film also gets used, and then at the same time, and then later on at the end of the film it gets used again when Brown picks up the that
The rifle.
very special bullet, right? And I remember that he's yeah, because like initially at the beginning of the film, somebody said that, oh, this bullet is a very special bullet that
Yeah, Scott.
it was like handmade and blah blah blah, and then it's like poetic because at the end Brown is the one who actually gets that bullet and then gives it to
Beam,
the
yeah.
Beam. It's like, hey Beam, this is the very special blah 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 blah, and then he tells Bim to load it. Yeah, load, aim, and shoot. It's like, oh,
Oh, dude, that was so
good.
good. Although, to be honest with you,
So
right, I'm
fucking
going to
good.
be a bit honest on this part. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to pop your bubble, but I was slightly disappointed. I thought there will be a bit more action or fight at the end because I thought like Scott is like them, a superhuman demigod who can do awesome shit. Because remember when he figured out that Ram tried to betray him, right?
Yeah.
And then he told the driver, "Drive faster!" Right before this tree about to fall in front of them.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, the tree still hit his car, but he's got thrown mid-air. But instead of panicking, he just keep his cool, grab a freaking sniper rifle in mid-air, and shoot Ram's car. It's like,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh. Yeah.
yeah. And then at that moment, right, I actually told my girlfriend, told her like, well, it seems that not only Indian characters are superhumans in this film. It seems that Governor Scott has a little bit of that too. So I was
Actually,
expecting, yeah,
I think the one of the few problems like besides the runtime, I think they can cut, like, can trim like the first half a little bit better. Is yeah, the villains
it's
I
just
don't know.
evil.
I don't know where did you find all of these. Okay, I don't think the actors are like at fault. I think they're actually like legit talented people. They're just that you know, because if you see enough international films that has that was like, let's say I'll give an example. Let's say 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪. Okay, I watched this film. Yeah, it's a South Korean film made by Bong Joon-ho.
Mm-hmm.
So they have South Korean actors who actually did very well, but they also have like American actors like Jake Gyllenhaal and like 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪, and they give them like the most over the top shit. I don't know why. It's actually kind of insulting in a way. I'm not even American myself, and like, I was thinking like, why are you giving them lines like this, and why are you making them give it? Why are you giving them these ridiculous characters that almost feels cartoony at the time? And I would say even way more cartoony than that Tarantino film, and that Tarantino film is already cartoonish enough, you know.
Yeah. Oh, so, you know what's funny? Funny? The guy who plays Governor Scott, Ray Stevenson.
Yep.
He's not British. He's Irish.
Yeah.
And remember, Irish people had problem with British colonialism at one point. Although, I mean, let's be real though. If I'm the actor, right, I'll still be super stoked to actually play in such an awesome film, even though I'll have to play this goofy ass villain.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I would actually be proud that I'm in this film.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I would be so proud that my character gets poetically killed by this kid. By a kid who,
by a British bullet, mind you.
By a British bullet fired by a guy who has a friend that his dad was killed by one of my soldiers.
Yeah, and then the other guys, right, actually has a more personal connection with Scott, because remember, him and his wife kidnapped his sister. Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just realized that's Bim's sister. It's not like Bim's like Bim's is like niece or something. Yeah, because in India it's very normal to have like a bunch of kids. So
yeah. Although I was a bit wondering, right? I wonder, because it's a completely different tribe. Maybe their sense of familial connection might be different. I wonder if they call each other brother and sister. Maybe not biologically, but still, like.
Oh yeah.
They're still tightly knit community, right? That's why in the opening, just to basically hype up Beam's appearance, is that basically on this whole tribe, it's like a herd of sheep where they're very peaceful, right? You oppress them, and they won't fight back. But then you do something too much, that of course the shepherd will, like find the lost lamb back here. Oh, so cool. And what else? Okay, we need to actually go back to the final action scene. And you know what's funny, right? So basically, a Ram story is that he left his village to find weapons as a man, and then he came back to the village as a god.
As a man and as a god.
Yeah, he left as a man, came back as a god, because remember he dressed up as the god Rama. Yeah.
He literally took the arrows from the actual like god statue.
Yeah, the arrow and bow, and also
I was just thinking in my head, I was thinking, why do you have I mean, okay, so one thing to have those, and another thing is like, oh, okay, so you can make makeshift these bow and arrow into like a very anime bow and arrow, where the end of the arrow has a fire. It has a fire to it. Like, okay. And the thing is like this guy, right? I mean, the thing is I guess when you fire a lot of guns, it makes sense that you can fire.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never fired a gun, but I can tell you, Archer is completely different.
Exactly. So like, he keeps shooting, exact, like he never misses. He's like Deathshot for some reason.
Yeah.
You just give him like some sort of artillery, and then you can just like master him within like a few hits.
He did make it like a makeshift grenade launcher. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, honestly.
Oh yeah.
If that's something that you can pull off in real life.
Yeah, that's the second. No, you have no idea. No way. No, the second time, the one I was referring to when he says load, aim, and shoot is that one when he basically he uses the grenade at the end of the arrow, and then when the
Oh, you're thinking what that will happen, yeah? No,
yeah,
it's not
and the thing is that
it needs to be a bullet.
yeah, and I was also quite surprised that wow, there's a lot of grenades that these guys are carrying, and because like he keeps like shooting and like every fucking every direction.
Yeah, and it's from a belt from one lone soldier, right?
Exactly. I was like, is this guy trying to die? Why do you have so many grenades? Grenades are not even, you know, they're not light, you know. It's like carrying a bunch of rocks.
Tenoyaka Bansai! Probably that's what the soldier was thinking. Just Bansai his way to these two. These two superhuman. And then I don't like, here's the thing, right? In a way, in terms of strength, everything until around that scene is believable. And then freaking Beam pull out the jail door, remember? The solitary cell door, and then
yeah,
pull
yeah,
it
yeah.
out. Yeah. Oh, and actually, here's one thing that I find very fascinating about this film. There's so many callbacks. You know, like how people say,
yes,
yeah,
that's
like
what I'm referring to.
there's setup and then there's payoff. There's so many of them.
Yes.
Yeah, like freaking, you know, like from a wholesome montage. Remember when Beam actually carry Ram on his shoulder?
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that. I like because Ram has a, you know, his legs are basically broken, right? So
Yeah.
so basically he he sat on like his
Shoulder.
friend's shoulder, and basically they basically turn into like 4 arms from Ben 10.
Well, actually, it's more like Beam barely uses his arm except for climbing, but
Yes.
still, it's just basically a human tower, a killing human tower.
Yes.
So cool. And then, oh my god, when he started actually, remember when he stole the gun from someone? And just like Beam was running, and then Ram just like keeps shooting, and Beam reloads the gun. And then he saw a second gun, a dual-wielding rifle.
Yes. Or like, you know, my favorite shot when they're both like jumping in midair, and then Ram just like shoots like the guys on the sides with the rifle.
Oh yeah.
So stupid. I love it.
I love it.
No,
so
like
much.
that's the thing. Like you shouldn't use any logic in this film. Like if you're trying to, you know, be like those hardest American critiques, you're definitely not gonna have a good time here. It's gonna bother you like a lot. Because I've actually read a few reviews, like handful of reviews that saying this movie's overrated. Oh, this movie is not, you know, realistic enough. I'm like, yeah,
Like,
that's the point, bro. That's the point.
Here's the thing, like not everyone wants to have fun. That's for sure. People just want to feel smart, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about a quote unquote smart movie for maybe in the next episode or something.
Okay.
I'm looking at you, Oscars. Yes. Oh god.
Oscar nominations.
But actually, right? I think I'm not sure if you have read the trivias for this movie yet, but
yeah, not really. Go on.
I actually, yeah. So I think the reason why this movie got the success that it got is because it actually got nominated for best soundtrack. Yeah, it got nominated for the best soundtrack, and I'm referring to the dance.
The first dance.
Yeah, the first dance. Yeah, that actually got nominated in the Oscars, bro. Oscars. It's not like the fucking Golden Globes or like some I don't know, you know, small little industry award. No, this is the fucking Oscars, man. Holy shit.
Oh man, yeah, the song is fun, you know. And then actually the song itself, because I read the subtitles, it actually have plot relevance. I mean, not like it happens in the story, but as if like it's a poetry in of itself. Yeah, because it sets the like the beat of the story. Like at the start, it's just because we know that Beam and Ram, right, even though they don't know each other's true allegiance, they're still friends. And then like basically the song just implies whether it will turn to bloodshed later on. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the movie up until the final fight scenes, it's just like Shakespearean tragedy if you think about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You did mention about that. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Because like it's so moving, right? It's just like this conflict between these two characters. I find it a bit weird to find that these days, right? Good films actually are the one that have simple plot and simple character motivation.
Yeah, yeah.
But
If you,
yeah, they do it well.
yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah. It's, man, I
Jesus.
wish there's more movies.
Crazy.
I want to find more movies like this. Right, and oh man, when the betrayal was revealed, right? Shit, I actually shed a tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially when he whips his basically at that point they're basically like best friends.
Yeah. And then like Beam doesn't is not kneeling down. He just basically try his best to stand up until he passed out. Yeah. What a man! And inside, like the rage in the crowd, and also even before that, right? I love that scene when remember they were fighting in the palace. Yeah, and then you can tell that like the acting is also awesome, man. Like Beam is completely betrayed and confused, and also Ram just basically like he didn't dare to stare Beam in the face. Yeah, and again, all the callback, like the holy strings that Beam carries around for religious purpose, just to give him protection, and then he give it to Ram just to help him to heal from the snake venom, and then Ram actually used it to like to screw Beam over to tie him. Like betrayal to the max. So good. It hurts my soul watching it.
Right. I think we're starting to run out of time.
Okay.
Need to apologize about that, but yes. Final thoughts about this.
Final thoughts. I love it. I wish there's more film like this, and maybe it opens a floodgate for me. Maybe I'll check out for Indian films.
Yeah. I'm actually because I think there's I mean, I won't lie. Honestly, I'm a little bit nervous to explore Indian films, but I think this is a very good like a very good introduction. It's a very good introduction to, especially like for people who are very like clueless for Indian cinema. Because the thing is, I think they have a bad stigma because of like those really ridiculous ones that has like very crazy, over the top, nonsensical plots. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, right? If you think about those Indian films, usually they have like some crazy ass action scenes, and then a lot of like over dramatic jump cuts, and also like the way they frame the camera, and also dance number. The thing is, this movie basically take all of that, take the essence of those, and then actually make it better. Right? It's just basically like, how to put this? You know how sometimes people say like, "Oh, it's so cliche. The movie is like so predictable." But if you polish it like hard enough, keep polishing that cliche rock, it's still a gem at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think that's a very good analogy. Yes. Well, love it. Definitely would recommend to people who are especially who are not really familiar with Indian films. I would.
Yeah.
I'm actually not, right. I'm thinking to get a Blu-ray. Honestly, it's that fucking good. Yeah.
Man, the movie is 3 hours long, right? I wonder if it's actually longer than Lord of the Rings extended edition. The director's cut. Probably. You got nothing on this Return of the King. It's the longest. Probably it's Return of the King. Anyway,
well, is that they're gonna have like extended edition for RRR, like director's cut or something? It's 4 hours long.
It'll be 4 hours long.
Zack Snyder's just like, shit.
Oh, shit.
I have to fight for 3 years, and these guys are just like, oh yeah, let's make it. Let's just release the director's cut like now in theaters. What?
More bromance scene, man.
I don't mind. All right, so next episode I might do Oscars. I will have to see about it. But
Alright.
let's say if I don't do it, what do you recommend we should see next?
Do I recommend?
Hmm.
I don't know. There's so many movies that I want to review. Avatar?
You want to
Probably
have it?
not.
You want to
Actually,
Avatar?
no, actually not. I already missed the theater release, so I have to
Hmm.
wait.
Oh, I have a good one.
But
If it's still playing, Puss in Boots. Puss in
Puss in
Boots: The
Boots?
Last Wish. Yeah, people say
Mm,
it's a very good animated film.
I haven't watched the previous film though.
I don't think people said that you need to watch the first one. It's like one of those sequels where it stands on its own, like Shrek 2. Yeah, I'm serious. And Shrek 2 is a legitimately good film. Okay, I'm being serious about that. Even though that technically has its own meme culture at this point. Anyway, so thank you for very much for listening to us. Where can they find us?
You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and Podbean.
Yes.
And you can
Okay.
find us all on social media,
Nice.
like Facebook, Instagram,
Nice.
and we're on TikTok too, by the way.
Yep. See you guys next time.
Bye
Bye.
bye.